Hi, and welcome back to Disco Elysium, where we are on top of the barricade. Let's see here. In case of strike, press button behind guard. Hermetically sealed door locked by electronic means. There's no lockpicking or door kicking this one. Now I have to save because I don't want to get killed by them. That's Measurehead, the chief strike man.
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
The young woman at the giant side agrees. What do you mean my body betrays my degeneracy?
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul.
Nope, I have not succumbed to Al-Ghul.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Ah, alcohol. Okay. Kim, is it really so bad?
Not good.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned. Okay. You're right, I'm an alcoholic. Now I need to enter the harbor.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there. That fake racist over there, point to the racist lorryman, you're just him after pumping some iron.
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blood is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakers. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There's a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor. You're right about all this. Now I just need you to let me go into the
Enough
harbor.
with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
We don't need a war.
Bring your troops to the Seminan Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al-Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality called art, and your microcephalic skulls.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. He would take you as one of his own. Wouldn't that mean I have to become a Simonese supremacist myself? Well, yes, why don't you want to be a Simonese supremacist? So what if you're not Simonese? You can be anything. I can knock him out. Wow. I can't. I can ask him about his tattoos. What are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean? Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. He gestures towards the lorryman down the street. I'm not like them, I'm craniometric perfection. I've taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt. I say nothing to that. Your silence betrays your inferiority. You do not have a reply. You should enter a deep race slumber. Perhaps in 4,000 years there's a need for a servile homunculus. You serve the Union, don't you? Aren't they white? Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. He turns his eyes toward the harbor, seemingly bored with you. I have no idea why he's... Isn't it... this is a workers' union strike. Why are they all about about racism here? I have no idea. Yeah, but you still serve them. How does that factor into your life? Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital, something your race naivistic communists never did. Also, to serve is noble, it takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to race failure. It is lax and moronic. I want to learn about the mysterious fourth thing. Jam, individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs. I've gotten it from disco, actually. Offshoots of the Simonese people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It's a shame upon my race, but what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Simonese race. Who are the Simonese? The South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descended from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago, millennia before you. We are the future, that's all you need to know. So you were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Revachol? I'm a descendant. The narrow streets of Alonbar are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Simonese women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale. So you did come from the islands? No, I have heard about it on the radio. He would be appreciative if you did not further chase this line of inquire in front of the women. So you're not really Simonese, you're just from Revachol. I am from Kuron. He changes tactic. And no, it's not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Simonese strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with, and never getting into the harbor. Kim, what do you think about this? I think this race is better than the last, but the next races will be the really good one. That will be... That will be our lucky racist. He will grant us 3 wishes. Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits, a protruding occiput, and an intended zygomatic bone. You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind. You know... Oh, he could hit me for that. Do you know anything about this mug? He does not so much as glance at the object. Know anything about it? Stop showing me your pathetic cup, I have no interest in it. He had nothing to do with it. Okay. I could subscribe to his advanced race theory, but then I'm one of them. I'm leaving. And saving. And clicking this. What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate political opinions somewhere in Martinez. This is because I keep saying none of the above to political stuff, isn't it? It's also about that, but it's also more. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin, but something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the kingdom of conscience. Where's the kingdom of conscience? It's not a place, it's a moment in time that you can only arise in the right circumstance. It's all of human history, it's only been achieved by a handful of time. How do you bring about those circumstances? Incrementally. History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment. What's the kingdom of conscience actually like? It's difficult to comprehend and can be even more difficult to describe, partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define limited today. The kingdom of conscience is post-capitalist, post-national, also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual. Post-sexual doesn't sound good. Let's go to the kingdom of conscience? Slow down, Mr. Reasonable. Did you miss the part about compromising and taking things slow? Okay, then let's get there eventually. That's right. Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for Ravishal. When that real democracy kicks in, a long time from now, we are all going to be so much happier. And this is the kingdom of conscience. What's half-light? Heartache is powerful, but democracy is subtle. Incrementally, you begin to notice a change in the weather. When it snows, the flakes are softer when they stick to your worry-worn forehead. When it rains, the rain is warmer. Democracy is coming to the administrative region. The ideas of Dolorian humanism are reinstating themselves. How can they not? They are the ideas of the Coalition and the Moralist International. Those guys are signal blue. And they are not only good, they are also powerful. What will it be like once their nuance plan have been realized? I think I want to learn this, but I think to unlock stuff that's not really me. Okay. So I'm thinking about White Morning right now. This is unlockable, but how do I unlock it? I need more experience point, more skill points to unlock another slot. I think I'll do that next, but let's try to do this. Subscribe to his advanced race theory to go through this gate. Do we even want to go through this gate? I'm not quite sure. Let's leave and keep that in mind. Let's keep that just in mind. And go somewhere else first. And to be sure that we have to be sure that we want to go through there. Because it doesn't really help me now, does it? Let's talk to this guy again in case we can.
Right to work! Shame on you!
You don't have any tips on how to punch a guy out, do you? Say a really big race theorist guarding a button? Not before you get in there and get your ass whooped. Learn by failure, I always say. He might have some advice, but you gotta at least try to fight Measurehead first. Return if you fail. We have 1 hour to go before we can have our after hours briefing with our friend. That's weird stuff that if I go over that it doesn't... I have to re-press tab. Oh, there was a person here last time. Playing Bool, I think it is. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. The slush and rain has almost washed them off. So they drove here onto the roof. Okay, they drove here onto the roof and then jumped into the water down there. Okay, let's talk to the bench here. After saving. The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting. We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go. You can revisit if you ever need to pass time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone. I can pass time on the bench if I want to. Okay. Okay, we've been... Let's take this. Still, the mail collection box. This post-Laventurier mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffiti. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. Good mail delivery box. I pet it. The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the Khan and Saint-Gy with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore. And best set mailbox also. I feel your mail collection box. The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder, then you swallow. Leave. What the fuck? This game does so many things so weird. I don't even know how to react to some of them. Okay, let's go down there first. We still don't have a map, which is really a bummer. Ah, 1 healing item. That's the nose spray thing. Okay. This reads... This is the pawn shop. Fast cash for faster times. Okay, this is the pawn shop. And on the roof of that was the car. Before. We have fingerless gloves. Which give us electrochemistry. Instead of interfacing. If we so desire. Okay. Butter sign down. Can't we? Okay, we can interact with the sign. Water lock out of order until Wednesday 7 AM. Okay. And this stuff. Waterlock control panel. A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever beneath a small metal plate. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into the bridge that lets you cross the canal, but there's crashed Samaran butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything. Pull the lever. You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You observe clunk, then nothing happens. Push it harder. Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in from the sea interrupts the silence of the situation. Release the lever. Close the water lock on Wednesday. A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there that saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning? Okay. Good. Okay, on Wednesday a new Enria Martinez will be unlocked. Okay. Man in the water lock. Evening, officers. A burly man hangs out by the water lock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them. What are you doing here? My friend Barry the butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating his salami. From the corner of your eye you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami. The man on the waterlock picks the skin off a slice of salami and takes a sizable bite. Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you? Do you know what caused the wreckage? I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Ravishore. The words daredevil driver sound ominous to you. Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then. You know what's further down the coast? A fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarre church. Not much used to the congregation though, there always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else, just bumped out ruins. Can I have some of that salami? Sure thing. And that head gave me some health. Lieutenant also takes a slice. What's with a lever that does nothing? It's supposed to operate the waterlock, but as noted, disabled because of the blockage. Safety measure. It will be restarted on Wednesday morning. You want to do the honors when the time comes? Do I ever? Great, just drop in on Wednesday if you want to see the waterlock at work. They say the kennel crew will be here 7:15. Bye. Okay, we learned the thing. Also we can look at the sign. A crumpet billboard reading Samaran butter soaks in the kennel. Two ugly lines mar the bright countenance of the blond boy depicted. What is Samaran butter? Whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems very happy about it. Goat milk butter. The Samaran terrain makes it easier to raise goats than cows, and the local goat farmers produce high-quality meat and dairy staples that add variety to other nations' diets. It's an acquired taste. What happened here? Reload. This is a damn skill check. Either I can see it or I can not see it. And I choose that I can. Obviously picking the choices before again. And we got the success. Judging by the size of the impact and the parallel lines of the burnt rubber, the cause was probably a motor vehicle. These look like the same tire tracks I saw earlier in front of the burning in wrecks. Look at the crater. Slight slip marks indicated that the vehicle was traveling up the crater at 35 kilometers per hour. The black marks on the roof indicate that the vehicle vaulted from the crater to the roof of the shack. The panel served as a takeoff ramp. The vehicle soared through the air, hitting the billboard and upsetting the post. Then it continued its flight, taking the billboard with it. This sign broke the vehicle's fall into the canal. The Samaran butter billboard still looks freshly painted, suggesting it took the plunge recently. How recently? Within the past 72 hours. So we drove it. And it took a left. So speeding, the vehicle made a loop and vanished into the fog along the coast. What was the model of the vehicle? There are two good cannons, the Cupras 40 and the Linear G22. Why Cupras? It's about the right size. Tire marks look like they came from the skinny tires frequently found on that motor carriage. The Cupra 40 is a very popular model with blank clerks, topping pie delivery drives, secondary school teachers, cops, strippers dressed as cops, and undressed strippers. And the Linear G22, very sturdy but light motor carriage, more likely than most to survive that jump. is not particularly popular model due to its peculiar proportions, which the manufacturer's design team probably thought about for too long. What now? You have to follow the tracks to be sure. Ben looks on, waiting for you to wrap up your analysis. Okay. Ah. You wanna talk? Talkie.
Any theories about what happened here?
Looks like someone was in a real hurry. Linear G22. Have you... I have some idea about who it might have been. Oh? It was someone dangerous. Perhaps this is somehow connected to the murder. The traffic hooliganism? I hope not. Fortunately, we are not traffic cops. Should we get back to the murders? We should bring this driver to justice. If we must. I'm not expecting him to get far with this, the lieutenant consoles himself. And we have the traffic hooligan. First you should find the vehicle the joyrider used in their escapades. Yeah, but that's on the other side of the canal. And also this bridge is put up. A helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge, and we don't call it because we're stupid. Hot air rises up from the sewer, sour, acidic, and strangely comforting. There's nothing more here. Okay. Oh. We have to talk to all the chests here. Okay, let's talk to the man first then. Silang. With double eye. You see a Sumerian street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When you realize you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin. The name Sai Lang is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer. Everything's cool here.
What's cool?
Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer. You're very cool.
He makes both hands into finger pistols and fires a few finger bullets into the air. Really? You think I'm cool?
Oh, yeah. You got style. You got personal style. You know, you like premium menswear. Look around and browse. Everything looks cool on a guy like you. Take your time.
He set his back into the pile of boxes he's sitting on. Don't be distracted by the flattery and funny man act. Questions. What kind of stuff are you selling? Only the coolest goods, sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Where did you get those comfy pants? I've got the resources, all extremely cruel. Do you have a permit to sell all that? Good joke. Here we don't have permits, just economic freedom. You glance around with the decrepit buildings, the miserable weather, the sidewalks strewn with sunflower seeds and dust-choked air. It's beautiful, beautiful freedom. Kim, is it true? Does he need a permit? Anyone can set up their shop whenever they feel like it. But what are we doing here if there are no permits? If you wanted to be cynical about it, you could say we're here to protect the interests of property holders. I'm not, however. My man officer, you make all this possible. Without you, the climate would be extremely bad for business. You're part of the gossamer state. Gossamer is a fine, filmy substance consisting of cobwebs spun by small spiders, seen especially in autumn. It's safe to say he's referring to a near absence of regulations. A gossamer state? You're right, this is cool. I'm part of a hip, then almost non-existent state apparatus. Yeah, that's the main thing about you. Freedom is great. It's what lets independent entrepreneurs like me sell quality goods at competitive prices. Is there a discount for cool officers like me? No need for discounts at Stylings. Everything's already on sale. Anything you want, 50% off. But did he first mark them up 100% so he could put them on sale? Yes. Are those really on sale or did you jack up the price first? My man, you know how the game is played. You and me, we should work together. What do you think? Shake things up? Let me ask you something else. Where are you from? Boring story. He's all business now, all Revachol. Probably comes from Sea Guy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isola. You're from the Apricot Suzerainty. Suzerainty. Right? Also customized an era when the Siga archipelago was colonized by Revachol. It's a bit of a slur, in other words. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I mean to say that you're from Seagull. Very cool. I admire your awareness of our intertwined histories. It's super nice of you to apologize for colonialism, but the Apricot Suzerainty is a shithole. That's why I left. Right, but isn't it only a shithole because of Revachol? If you say so, officer. I don't worry much about politics. I'm an entrepreneur, you know. Whatever's good for business, good for me. And now I want to coax him into getting me some
cool
money.
Here, officer.
And now I want to coax him into giving me some money.
Officer.
Yeah, it worked. First try, almost. Hey, you seem like a really successful entrepreneur. Would you like to support a member of the local police force? Oh, okay, but why, officer? Think of it as an investment. What kind of investment? I'm a policeman. It's an investment in good relations with the RCM. I hear you, officer. What kind of sum are you talking about here? 10 real? Sounds like a fair deal all around. Corruption. It's just like Buzz or Seagull, a cook watching out a window describing things going by. He doesn't like it too much, but what do you do? Okay, he doesn't like my corruption, but I'm getting money. I tripled my money. Yeah? So, okay, let's look at this box. Box of sunglasses.
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
Try the shades on. They're hideous. What's more, they don't even fit your face. You can feel them pinching your nose and chafing against your brow. Damn, officer, you look like a mega secret spy. Very secret. They're practically made for you. I can have them for $2.50. No, you're definitely not buying those. You're right, I'm too sensible for those. Are you sure? You should think this through. They give me electrochemistry, but minus logic. More boring, third-rate home sunglasses made of cheap ceramic plastic, the kind of plastic that melts in the sun. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for show. If anything, these lenses probably direct more UV light into your pupils, a UV magnifier. All first-rate sunglasses. Let's try to find some interesting sunglasses in the box. And let's try that again. These loading screens are long. It's running on an SSD. What does it have to load here?
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
And we got it. I see a pair of water blue shades. The writing on the left temple says sub-insulinic rendezvous. The frame appears to be hand carved out of bone. Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very high culture. For the first time, the street vendor's voice trails off as he watches you inspect the glasses. Try them on. This is how a sea monster sees the world. You've become a sea monster, giant, hidden, and strangely tender at heart. All is blue. Yes, but they also make your soul quiver like jello, so deep. Wow, officer, you look so cool. And they can be used for a mere 3 real. My regular customers have passed them all up because they've got no taste, but you found them. Kim, what about these? His eyes are narrowed in thorough examination. It's a case to him. You look like a musician, like a blind musician, but you could do worse. Take them if you want. Minus perception, but plus inland empire. Leave for now. Okay, we learned about sunglasses to get here. Let's see in the chest directly next to him. Found sneakers on a pedestal of speakers. You see 2 loudly defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically. Slave speakers. Perched atop of them like conquerors surveying the land, a pair of 4 durable wear sneakers. Ultra serious.
I can see you have a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
I inspect the speakers. These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to mere prop by the undominable 4 ultras atop them. No, not at the speakers, look at the sneakers. The man points at the footwear. The sneakers are the stars here. What about the speakers though? Doesn't anyone want those speakers? These, officer? They're garbage, don't waste your time on them. Cimmerian trash? That sounds like they are from the Cimmerian People's Republic, produced under the dictatorship of the proletariat. Can't I just buy the said conquered Cimmerian speakers? No way, officer, these aren't for sale, they're bad speakers, lo-fi socialist junk. But I need some speakers. Well, if you want them, if I let go of the speakers, where the sneakers go, I can leave premium lifestyle sneakers on the ground. If on the other hand you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw the speakers in for a little extra 50 cents. Damn sure you have to buy the sneakers first. Inspect the sneakers. Design is impossibly sleek and simple, a futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper and a silver-lined midsole. No sneakers, mister. 50 real. Only? That's madness. Found sneakers. Reaction speed, hand-eye coordination, minus encyclopedia. I'll buy them later. 50-50 I need for the sneakers. And what do we have here? A pile of clothes.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Save the economy? What are you talking about? Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your trash, keep it in circulation, don't buy new things, buy eco. Why does the economy need saving? Look around, you see all the premium goods are sitting there, not getting bought. We've got to keep the flow of goods moving. Is this really the economy we want to leave to our children? I don't have children. Too bad. Browse through the box. You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places. Economical but also trendy. Look first-hand, buy second-hand. Keep the economy moving. And save again
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep
go
browsing
through the
those
pile of
clothes,
trash.
keep saving that
Something
economy.
cold grazes your hands. Synthetic and sleek, a windbreaker, surfer set, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof, and sport, all in different typefaces. Good choice, officer. Mega sporty and only 450. It gives composure, but it lowers shivers. Okay. And I think that's that was a fake shirt with all the things because they were in different typesets. So, oh, here's something. A sewer grate, a gateway to the river of filth. Ah, because I walked over the sewer gate. Okay. So, next time we'll start our episode by going into the pawn shop, and after visiting the pawn shop we will go back to have our after duty talk with Kim. See you then.